Hello， 大家好 ，Welcome to 双语成语 Bilingual Chinese Idioms. I'm 徐老师
And I'm Lucy. Okay, so 老师, what idiom are we going to look at today?
In this episode, we are going to talk about 守株待兔, standing guard by the tree in wait for a rabbit. Another translation is the farmer and the rabbit.
Aw, no way. So before we go any further, let me guess. Is it like the Chinese version of Peter Rabbit? It's just that the title reminds me of a famous story called Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. In the book, there's a farmer called Gregory, and then of course there's the rabbit Peter.
Though both stories have a farmer and a rabbit, that's pretty much where the similarity ends. Peter Rabbit is naughty, witty, and resourceful. But the rabbit in 守株待兔 doesn't quite compare to Peter Rabbit in terms of smartness, because he dies at the very beginning of the story.
Really? No way. But how can the main character die at the beginning of the story? How can the story go on?
Though he died at the beginning of the story, people have remembered the rabbit for over 2,000 years.
What an amazing rabbit he must have been. What did he do to make him so famous?
Nothing. He simply died a foolish death.
What killed him?
His own carelessness.
Okay, you've piqued my interest with this one. So, there's a rabbit who dies a foolish death at the beginning of the story, which earns him endless fame that has lasted for over 2,000 years. So beyond that, what exactly is the story about?
The story is about a farmer who accidentally saw a rabbit literally knock himself dead by crashing headfirst into a tree trunk. The farmer expected the same thing to happen every day, so he dedicated his whole life to wait for the rabbits to hit the tree.
Well, it sounds like he shows a lot of determination, but I think it's a bit too early to tell if he's just either really disciplined or plain stupid. 老师, do you think you could explain these four characters to us? I thought I heard you mention 猪 before. So where does the pig fit into the story?
A pig?
Yeah, a pig. 猪 is pig, right?
The 猪 in this idiom refers to a tree trunk, not pig. 猪 you are familiar with. They are homophone, with the same pinyin but different character.
Oh, I see what you mean.
守株待兔. 守 means to guard. 株 is a tree trunk. So 守株 means to guard the tree. Let's practice pronunciation together. 守株.
So that's 守株.
Well done. The second half is 待兔. 待 means to wait. And then finally 兔 is a rabbit. So 待兔 is wait for a rabbit. 待兔.
So that's 待兔. You know, I find that really interesting. So 待 means to wait, but you know, when I hear this in English, I literally hear it as die, as in 死. And because the rabbit dies, I think this is a really good way to remember it.
Good job. That is a clever way to remember that. Now, are you ready for the story?
I sure am. Let's go.
守株待兔.
Standing guard by the tree and wait for a rabbit.
战国时期，宋国有一个农夫。
There was a farmer who lived in the state of Song during the Warring States period.
有一天，他在田里工作时，忽然从草丛里跑出来一只兔子。
One day, while working in the crop fields, a rabbit suddenly came running out from the grassy undergrowth.
兔子看到人，受到惊吓，拼命跑。
The sight of a human gave the rabbit a fright, following which it ran for its life.
不小心撞到田边的一棵树，折断脖子，死了。
In its haste, it ran into a tree by the edge of the crop field, breaking its neck and ending its life.
农夫看到后，连忙把兔子捡回家。
After seeing it happen, the farmer hurried over and scooped up the rabbit to take it home with him.
他觉得自己真是太幸运了。
He thought that he was so incredibly lucky.
晚上，妻子做了香喷喷的兔子肉，两人快快乐乐地饱餐一顿。
That evening, his wife made a delicious dish from the rabbit and both of them enjoyed the meal happily.
第二天，农夫又到田里去工作，但是这次他不像以前那么认真。
The next day, the farmer returned to the crop fields to work, only this time, he didn't work as hard as he did before.
他工作一会儿，就往草丛看一看，希望有一只兔子跑出来，撞死在树上。
He worked for a while, and then began looking at the grassy undergrowth, hoping that a rabbit would run out from it all the way into the tree, knocking itself dead.
就这样，他一边干活一边看草丛，一天就过去了。
He carried out his work while looking at the grassy undergrowth, and just like that, a day had passed.
他该除的草没除，该做的事没做，他闷闷不乐地回家。
He didn't finish getting rid of the grass that he was supposed to, nor did he do the things that he was supposed to. Feeling down in the dumps, he returned home.
第3天，农夫又到田里工作，但是他已经无心工作了。
On the 3rd day, the farmer once again returned to the crop fields to work. However, he didn't have the go in him to work.
他把农具放一边，专心地坐在树下，等兔子出来。
He put his tools down to the side and went to sit under the tree, focusing all of his energy on waiting for a rabbit to appear.
日子一天天过去了，田里的农作都死了。
The days passed one by one, and the crops in the fields all died.
兔子还是没出现，但是农夫还在继续等。
The rabbit still hadn't made an appearance, but the farmer continued to wait. Oh my goodness, do you think the farmer is still waiting?
Well, maybe.
Oh, it's just like I said before, I'm still not sure whether the farmer is stupid or determined.
Yes, me and you both, but I don't think he's alone in some respects. Searching for something free is a part of human nature. It's like the saying goes, the best things in life are free. Some people realize that opportunities don't always just fall into our laps, but others don't like to believe this and continue to wait.
That's so true. So what kind of context could we use this in, 老师?
This idiom can have 3 meanings, and it all depends on the context. The first one is to describe someone who hopes to get something without making any effort, or to be successful through luck. We can say 他是一个守株待兔的人. He is someone standing guard by the tree, waiting for a rabbit. Do you have a similar expressions in English?
I think so. So we have a saying that says, the windfall of luck. It refers to waiting for fruit that the wind brings from a tree. But for the example you just gave, we could say, he's the type of person who just waits for opportunities to come knocking or to appear out of thin air. I've met a few of these people in my life.
Well, that's a brilliant one. I like it. The second meaning of 守株待兔 is used to refer to people who are rigid, obstinate, and do not want to change. It's like the farmer who would rather keep waiting for the rabbit than change his mindset. Do you have a similar expressions in English?
Oh yeah, definitely. In this kind of situation, I would say he's very stuck in his ways.
A good one. The third usage is used in a satirical and a humorous manner to describe someone who has arranged things beforehand and is waiting effortlessly for their victims to fall into their trap, such as a spider staying in a web to wait for its victims, or a police officer waiting in a van, ready to issue a speeding ticket.
Ah, I see what you mean. Okay, I think I got the point. Okay, so I think nobody wants to be the rabbit.
What would you do if you were the farmer?
Let me have a think about that. I think if I were the farmer, I would consider changing my career. I'm a strong believer that if something's not working out, you've got to take the reins and do what you have to do. It's like my mum always says, if you want something, do it yourself. It's like in the Batman film. There's a really famous saying that goes, you make your own luck. So I think after waiting idly for the rabbit for a few days, I would start taking action. If the rabbit isn't coming to me, I'll go to him and I'll go knocking at his door. That should make for a happy story.
I like your ending. It's packed with actions and ideas. Yes, it's important to be adaptable, not stay put and wait for your luck.
I totally agree. Speaking of which, my brother said he would bring me dinner over 2 hours ago, and as it stands, I'm starving and my food is nowhere to be seen.
Now, the important question is, will you sit back and 守株待兔?
Oh, no way. 我不要守株待兔. I think it's about time I called Deliveroo instead.
Good luck with your dinner, Lucy.
Now, before you guys go anywhere, we'd just like you, our beloved audience, know that we'd love to hear from you too. Whether you have a burning question that you'd like to ask about 成语 or translation, Or even if you'd like to have a go at translating our Cheongyu yourself. Who knows? Perhaps you even have a better one than us. If so, go ahead and leave us a comment down below to let us know. Well, that's it from us, and once again, we'd like to thank you for staying with us until now. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye!
谢谢大家。